There's been a lot of news in the real estate industry over the last couple of years, and today's guest has some positive insight for us. Joining us in studio is Jenifer Scanlon, co-owner of the Brokerage House. Jenifer, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. I love any time I get to spend with you. We went through our orientation together at the JAR board 14 years ago. Can you believe it's been that long?
Yeah, it's been a long time. And real estate has really changed, like we talked a lot earlier. It's really changed a lot over those years.
Yeah, and I think
exciting.
That's what I like about it most, is it's never boring or mundane. We learn something new every day. The only thing I don't like is the court of public opinion. And I feel like the big media outlets have painted a terrible picture about real estate for as long as I've been in it. And at that time when we met, the market was dark,
right,
but there was still great opportunity. Not just for investors and people with a lot of cash, there was great opportunity for first-time home buyers, people that wanted to live multi-generational. There was still positivity, so you just have to seek it out. But what we've experienced over 14 years is unprecedented growth and positivity, and I just wanted today to kind of come in and start 2025 on a positive note and tell people that the real estate market is alive and well, and there are great things happening in the Jackson area.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it seems like no matter what's going on for buyers or sellers, real estate professionals get creative. And they keep ebbing and flowing and making things, like you said, really positive.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to do that in every industry. The Brokerage House, for instance, we turned 45 this year, which is so exciting. So you talk about those ebb and flows and the things that they've seen. But what we've done over the last 14 years, in the last 5 years, Sandy and I have already owned the Brokerage House for 5 years. We inherited it from her dad, who's like the real estate head, just the most amazing guy in the world, but Bob Simmons and Marianne Moeller. But what we did 14 years ago is make a conscious decision to constantly evaluate and pivot, adding innovation while promising to keep those core values that the Brokerage House had for always striving for excellence, rolling up your sleeves, and just working really hard. And that's never been more important than the last couple of years.
Right. Well, yeah, tell us a little bit about the kind of the perception for the industry over this last year specifically.
Yeah, let's just kind of get the NAR thing out of the way. So there were some, I don't even want to say that people were behaving badly, but there was a perception in a part of the country on how agents were being paid, and maybe they were being paid too much, or maybe they weren't disclosing properly. And the one thing I want to say is I have no idea what my insurance agent makes. I don't know how much the person that bought my car makes. I don't even know, I'm sure if I could find out, but I don't know what my investment guy makes. But I'm really happy to help contribute to their livelihood, because we all have great purpose, and having a personal consultant with you as you go down the home buying or commercial building or investment property road is extremely important. So, I was a little disenchanted that all realtors got lumped into this really negative lawsuit, and now we've been handcuffed with just, what we got handcuffed with is extra paperwork. Maybe a few extra conversations with our buyers and sellers, but I'm all for more disclosure and clarity, and in the end, that's going to be the positive thing that has come from this.
Right, absolutely. That is a positive thing. And you were sharing with me really that the message for sellers is really still clear on how we move forward.
Yeah. So most buyers cannot afford to pay out of pocket for their buyer's agent. How could they? I mean, it's expensive to buy a home. They have a lot of out-of-pocket expense up front. We have some that can, will, and do, but most of them need that cost to be built in to the total amount that they're financing. So for years, that was our practice. When we list a home, we say, okay, Mr. Seller, here's the commission rate for the Brokerage House, and one of my biggest tools is going to be to market to buyer's agents, and I'm offering to split my commission with them.
Right.
Are you okay with that, Mr. Seller? Oh, yes, absolutely. Okay. Great. It's just changed, the conversation's changed a little bit, but I can tell you that at the Brokerage House, the expectation has not changed. We only work with sellers that are willing to participate in cooperating compensation if there's a buyer's agent involved, because we need to make sure that all parties feel properly represented, positive and confident about how they're moving forward in a real estate transaction, and I still feel strongly that's the best way to do it.
Right, absolutely. And then also, regardless of what's going on with interest rates or home prices, you really still have a great marketing plan for your sellers.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I like to say an elevated experience, an elevated marketing experience, and it changes. What we considered a couple years ago is different now, but a couple of things. A clean house always sells better. And you and I both know, cleaning up after the holidays, you think you're going to get your whole house clean and you barely scratch the surface of one corner of the room. So when we're ready to list, we actually have complimentary cleaning crew come in and clean from top to bottom. And that means the fronts of cupboards and the grates on the microwave and the heating vents and the trim work, those kinds of things, just to make sure that we are spit, shine, spring clean, ready to go. A clean house always sells better. We stage each of our listings to the extent that the seller is comfortable with. And sometimes that means we come in, bring in a truckload of furniture and we stage it from top to bottom. Sometimes it means that we just make adjustments with all of the furniture and decor that the seller has. So we curtail it to their needs. But we want to make sure, people find their spouses online now, so you better believe that they're shopping online for their houses. And as they're scrolling, if they don't heart me in that first 3 seconds, they're never going to come back to me. So I need to make sure that first impression is very positive, and staging is incredibly important. And we do not charge for that. We never have, and we never will. We do it, we get paid on commission, and we believe your home will garner a higher sales price if it's properly prepared, and then we get to enjoy that on the commission side.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. So you and I were talking about Zillow too, as we just talk about the elevated side. So, the Brokerage House is kind of famous for throwing open house events rather than just regular open houses, and whether that means, catering, or I love having Belle from the Jackson Symphony Orchestra come in and play the harp, or we have wonderful Mike Lee is one of my favorite one-man band, Ian Stewart, just so many people that can come in and just kind of set the tone for the uniqueness of the property. But we've also partnered with Zillow, and I smile at you on that because realtors have a love-hate relationship with Zillow.
Right.
They have the majority of the market when it comes to home searches. It's the Google of real estate. So they have a new platform called Showcase, and the Brokerage House made a very substantial investment to partner with them last year, and the results have been phenomenal. More views, more likes, and the big thing that we've never been able to measure before is more shares. So who are you going to share a listing with if you see one on Zillow?
My family.
And you're only going to share it if
I love it.
If you love it.
Yeah.
So I can tell seller, here's the good news. I always want to have the likes be at least 10% of the views. So we've had 100 views, we have 10 likes, and 4 shares. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, that tells me we're probably going to have an offer the first week. We're going to do really well. Sometimes we have to have the conversation the other way. Maybe we shot for the stars and we overshot on the price. But as we're reviewing our strategy and what can we do to adjust, this gives us a whole new reporting side and analytics that can help us make the best choice for moving forward.
Right. Well, this is great information, and it sounds like I said, you're always getting creative and finding the new technology to support your buyers and sellers.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This morning I was out walking a 150-acre parcel. It was snowing, it was cold, and they said, it would be great if we had a drone that could get us over, to some of the areas we can't see. So we called our drone guy, and we had it on a screen. I mean, it's just what you need. We need to figure out how to make that happen within reason, and we're never going to stop being creative to help make that happen.
Right. I love that. That's excellent. And it's going to be a great 2025.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
I want the world to know that the real estate market is extremely strong.
Right.
We continue to have a shortage of homes. We just have more heads than homes. That's it. And we didn't build enough homes for 10, 12 years, and we can't make them up fast enough. And quite frankly, have you priced out a new construction of recent? It's a challenge.
Right.
Even a spec home, where you are hard pressed to find anything under $350,000. Right. So we have homes under $100,000 in different parts of Jackson County, and we have the $3 million lake house, and we have everything in between. So buyers need to know this is a great time to look.
Right.
Inventory is on the rise. And sellers need to know that as the interest rates have come down a little bit and kind of settled in where they probably will be for a while, buyers are realizing, okay, I just have to jump in now, because the risk is maybe they go up and inventory goes down, and then I'm really in trouble. So I call the current market a very balanced market. There's opportunity for buyer and seller.
Well, this is great information for the viewers, Jenifer. How can they reach you when they're ready to list their home?
So the Brokerage House is always here ready to make your next move your best move, and you can call us at 517-788-8733 or check us out online at thebrokerage.house.com, and you can find my specific contact information there as well.
It's going to be a great 2025 in real estate. Give Jenifer Scanlon a call if you're ready to buy or sell.